Good people, what is going on? Another episode of the All Go Podcast. I'm your host, Desmond. Go ahead and give you a like and subscribe since you're here. Why not? You're already here. Just go ahead and give a little like, subscribe. Feel free to go ahead and hit that bell notification as well. I drop a lot of videos, mainly football. But yeah, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I believe we're at about 180 subscribers, which I'm happy about. I'm proud of that. When I think about 180 people in a room listening to what I have to say, that's kind of crazy to think about. But anywho, a couple things I want to talk about. Number one is a public service announcement, okay? Do not come to any conclusions based on week one in the NFL. And here's why I say that. A lot of things can change. A lot of things will change. So regardless of how good or bad your team looked in week one, you can, don't make any judgment. You can make some judgments, but don't come to a conclusion. For example, my Detroit Lions looked horrific in week one. We got our teeth kicked in by the Packers. My judgment is we didn't play very well, and we've got to get a lot better. But I don't come to a conclusion that the Lions are a bad football team. So don't go crazy, okay? Now, this is for the Bears and the Vikings fans, because both of those franchises, and specifically talking about the quarterbacks, are feeling very different. I know Bears fans are probably concerned because Caleb made a lot of similar mistakes that he did as a rookie last year, with just the checkdowns, missing some of the layups, running around too much, holding the ball too much, those types of things. And I do understand it, but so that's fine to have a judgment, but don't come to the conclusion that he's the same quarterback that he was last year, because what I would caution you, and I'm sure you're thinking about it, is this is a brand new offense again for him. The Bears, because their front office is incompetent, they decided to have a lame duck coach as Caleb's head coach instead of just getting rid of him and firing him. So that way you could marry the head coach and quarterback together, right? You've got a new coach. He gets to draft his guy, whether it's Caleb or Jaden Daniels, whoever he would have selected. He gets to have his guy, and they get to grow together. Instead, they didn't do that. Lame duck coach, fire Eberflus. Now you bring in Ben Johnson. So now this is game one again. I mean, I get it. He's not a rookie. He's played in the NFL, but it kind of is. Like, he's not at the point where he's had enough experience that he just knows the ins and outs of the NFL. He knows more than he did when he was a rookie, but it's not a wealth of knowledge. So it's very new. It's very new to him. And I do agree. He did not play well. But I don't think that means we can come to the conclusion that Caleb Williams is a bad quarterback. Conversely, for J.J. McCarthy, right? He had a rough, first 12 throws in the game. And in that fourth quarter, he was on fire. 6 of 8, I think 100 and something yards, 3 touchdowns. He's done something that has only been done, I think, since the beginning of last year, like 6 times. So, incredible, right? Incredible. But once again, we can make the judgment, yeah, J.J. McCarthy will have flashes. I am someone, now this is before the season, I was shorting my J.J. McCarthy stock. That was me. I just felt like his experience and his play style has largely been a run-heavy offense, but that seemingly is what Minnesota's going to do as well. Because, he threw the ball 20 times in an NFL game, which is really low. People were getting on Jalen Hurts, talking about he can't be a top 5 quarterback because he only throws it 22 times a game. Well, JJ threw it fewer than that. But his last 8 throws, 6 of 8, and you come back and win the game, it's golden. That is golden. But I don't think that means J.J. McCarthy is going to be a top 5 quarterback or top 10 quarterback even because of that last fourth quarter, right? Judgment, he was really good. Conclusion, TBD, right? Because, it's a what-if game, and maybe that's unfair, but what if when Minnesota only had 6 points, right? What if Chicago was put up another 10 points, and now the game's a little bit out of reach while the Minnesota offense was kind of struggling while JJ was finding his footing? Who knows? But the point is, I don't think we can make any conclusions on anybody or any teams in week 1. Maybe the Panthers, because they they look to just be really bad. And on that, I am ready. Now, of course, I'm going to go against what I just said. I'm ready to make a conclusion on Xavier Leggett. And it's not because of this, game week 1. It's from all of last year as well. He is a bust. There is no doubt about it. And the frustrating part is it's at a position that you can find all throughout the draft. There's guys in the first round that are productive receivers. There's guys in the second round. There's guys in the third round. There's guys in the fourth round. It's littered. The draft is littered. Undrafted free agents. Guys who are productive at that position. And for some strange reason, he cannot, number one, get any separation, which is a large part of his problem. And then number 2, any type of contested catch. It's not very good. I think he was one of those guys, and I made a video about this with Jalen Milroe's pro day and combine season. He was one of those guys, ran fast, is big, and they said, "Yep, let's do it. Let's draft him." It's not good. Ted McMillan, the rookie, actually was pretty solid. Overall, the Panthers had a pretty rough offensive performance, led by Bryce Young, but it was bad, largely. But yeah, so make your judgments. Don't come to any conclusions. The Detroit Lions have a game of the year, and from a Lions fan perspective, it's game of the year. If we don't win this game against the Bears, number 1, the chance of making the playoffs is 12%. For any team that starts 0-2 to start the season, you have a 12% chance of making the playoffs. But furthermore, if we can't beat the Bears at home, then I think it's conclusion time then. I think it's fair to say, if we can't beat the Bears at home, that we're not going to be good enough to beat the NFC teams that we need to anyway to get in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. I still have faith. I believe we're going to win. We'll be 1-1, kind of get to reset things a little bit. And last thing, I also saw an odd stat that the Green Bay Packers will not play another NFC North team until week 12 of the season. So they're going to go 11 weeks with no division games. So they're going to be 1-0 in the division for at least another 11 weeks. So that's interesting. Obviously, it means their schedule's backloaded with NFC North games. The Lions get the chance to get to 500 in the division, would be huge. It's a home game. You always want to win those home division games. So we'll see what happens. That is it for me. Peace.